Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Rise of Kingdoms gameplay episode from your very own Shappy Gaming. Today, we are going to be doing a much requested Nevsky video. And with me, I have my friend, Dark Knight Loki.
How's it going?
So, today we're going to be trying out a couple of pairs in duels. We're not going to be doing structure attacks. I will be uploading some gameplay from structure attacks and battle reports from those at a later time. I just don't have everyone who's a garrison commander here at once. So I will talk to those either at a later time or I'll splice that in with this video. But right now, we're going to be doing naked duels of Guan Alex, because let's be honest, that's a pair you're most likely to get attacked by if you're trying to attack Nevsky. And we're just going to do a bunch of duels with these to see kind of what these reports come out to, which pairs are doing the best, which are not, and if Nevsky should be your primary or not. And so Loki here has agreed to help us out, and let's have some fun. And we're both going to drop now from Alliance. And there we go. And in a normal battle, you both would have Frenzy, so that makes sense. Loki is a higher VIP level than I am, but I don't think that should be too much of a game changer. We'll be seeing the outcome anyhow, and I'm sure we'll compare it against some normal pairs. Let's do it, Loki. And if you guys are curious about the talent trees, I'll be sure to show you screenshots of that at the end, so there can be no doubt about what the final outcomes are. Loki, which pair are you thinking is going to be the strongest?
I kind of think Mina because of the relic.
Yeah, I think that relic has really changed the game. I heard something interesting about Chandra the other day, that Chandra was going to be a good pair for Nevsky. I'm curious to see how it works. I think he's a really interesting commander.
We could try that too. I haven't.
I know, you have everything. It's perfect. So, no surprise, it looks like I'm getting absolutely wrecked. That was actually pretty good. So there's the report for everyone. Seems that Loki wrecked me. Shocker. Do you want to flip it around now, Loki, and run Nevsky Mina?
Sure.
To answer the question that everyone's really asking, which is, should Nevsky be your primary? Because I don't know. I think he should be your secondary, but I don't know. That defense debuff is a big deal. Let me know when you're ready. Oh, this is so exciting. Loki, you are my first YouTube collab. How does it feel?
Feel important.
You are important. You're very important. You're helping me make this happen. And I am running this on PC, but here's the talent tree of Zai, which we'll be covering in a bit. And here's the Mina talent tree for all of you wondering what was that talent tree. There you go. And let's do it. So in the first duel, yeah, you did almost double what I took. That sucks. And I think Nevsky does have some swarm proofing in his final skill, which is supposed to increase cav health, so that's just sad. But I do think that it's nice because Guan is definitely supposed to be the commander that you're going to be attacking with, like 9 times out of 10. Well, so this certainly doesn't bode well for infantry players. I do have to say, if you're an infantry player, this Nevsky is going to be a problem for you in the field. It's certainly not rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, that didn't look good at all.
So Mina was definitely better as primary. That's really interesting. Yeah, you dealt way more damage with Mina as primary. Okay. So now do you want to try Zai? Zai Nevsky, and then we can flip it around and do Nevsky Zai. I think these are like the most commonly requested. There are some other pairs that I'm kind of curious about. Like, no one has talked about Cow or Relic Cow, but I'm curious to see how he...
I kind of wanted to try that.
I want to try it too, because people talk about like Nevsky William, but Cow is also a really robust secondary, so I don't know.
I think that 20% health relic could be very advantageous.
Do you have Relic Cow yet?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Because I also have a running theory that Saladin Cow with Cow Relic is better than Saladin William 5551. That's my theory. But folks can let me know in the comment section below what they think. But that I have a hunch about that. So this is neat. I'm going to be able to compare the Relic Mina to the Zai Nevsky. And I have seen people talking about Zai Nevsky more than pretty much any other pair. It looks like there's good reason for that. Wow. He just melted me.
Yeah, it did a pretty good job.
Better job than Mina. Yeah, you had way more troops left over. Okay, do you want to flip it around?
Actually. Yep.
Casually just going to have a full hospital by the time we're done. It's okay. I wanted to be sure that we did this on non-MGE day, because if that would be the worst, is if I convince you to duel me and then you end up going over the KE cap, all because of that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh yeah. Well, for those of you wondering, Loki has 315 million power currently, and so we've tried to even the playing field as much as possible. Okay, now we're doing Nevsky's Eye, which I don't think is going to do as well. But we'll see. It is worth noting that in the field, I think both Zai and Nevsky get swarmed more than... will get swarmed if they don't already, probably more than almost any other pair. But something that I do want to talk about that I don't think anyone else had is that Nevsky's skills really play to... being in a 5-march setup, because his skills will work based upon the number of surrounding enemies that can be factored in. So for someone like Loki, if he's running Tamiris with her skill, you know, with her skill damage increase debuff, and he's running Nevsky in his 5 marches, I mean, that's just going to be disgusting. I mean, that's... if I were to max Nevsky, I think that's probably what I would be most excited for. Loki, how do you think he's going to fit in with your 5 marches?
Probably going to use him as a 6th march.
As a 6th march? That makes sense. Do you want to pull out... let's do Nevsky William.
Okay.
So for those wondering, Jiang is better as the primary by quite a bit, actually. You can also do a Jiang Chandra after this, because I do want to know how it compares to what's the current meta pair. Bring it on, Loki.
You gotta find him.
I know, you just have to scroll through all those max legendary commanders. You got it rough.
There he is.
I'm really pumped to see what some of the rally reports come out to be. Or just, I don't even know. I guess you do have to do rallies. I don't know. I'll have to look into the skills to see if it delineates that. Let's see. Of course, I have none of these commanders maxed. Oh yeah, it doesn't say that Jang has to be rallied. So we could just do solo pass attacks once we get some garrison commanders in. So Loki, do you think Nevsky's gonna change the meta? Would you use Nevsky, Jang Nevsky over Gilga Nebu?
I guess it depends on what you're rallying.
Right. Because I've heard that Nevsky just destroys a Manitore, which I think is really disappointing. But at the same time, like,
I saw a little on that, yeah.
it's kind of supposed to happen. So that wasn't bad. I don't think we're going to test William Nevsky. I don't think that's a pair you're going to see. But we can do Jiang Chandra now if you'd like. Just to get the comparison between what everyone's running right now. Or at least they should be running right now. So there's your Nevsky tree, for anyone wondering. We're doing predominantly skill. Let's do it. So I'm really curious about this. This is going to be neat. Also, for anyone wondering why we didn't do this in Arc, there are structures that will give you boosts, and you have to schedule a practice arc, and so we thought that this was more of a vacuum, and I still think that this is more of a vacuum, so this should give us a very clear example of how everything works, kind of in raw Hubi 2. I will point out, in a real fight, you're going to have different variables like Alliance Tech, KVK Tech, Territory Boost. All of that does come into play. But we just wanted to see, you know, is this pair better than the other? And should you be investing in Nevsky? And Loki, I may beat your Zai Chandra here.
It looks like it.
Wow. Talk about a paradigm shift. Okay, so for anyone wondering, don't use Jang against Guan, but do use Nevsky. Wow, that was way more than I was expecting. I thought you were going to win that. That's nuts.
I think Nevsky definitely makes a big difference.
Do you want to try Jang William? Maybe that's better in the field? I don't know.
Try it.
And then we can try Nevsky Cow. Relic Cow. Seen some interesting reports of Zai Mina, by the way, with the new Mina. We should compare those two. See how that compares to our Nevsky.
Yeah, we could do that.
Attack! Awesome. Kingdom newspaper didn't make a dang difference. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Wow, that skill damage is crazy. I feel like my Guan is always doing terribly in the field. It's nice to see him do something. Are you still running Guan, Alex? Or have you changed that up?
No, I use a Guan Alex.
You do?
Yeah.
Who are you running with Harold?
Pakal.
Oh, of course. Okay, so Zy William beat me, but that is like night and day from Nevsky.
Yeah, big difference.
Okay, let's do Zymina. And then we can do Nevsky Cow. And the goal here is to really give people an idea of if they should be working on just Nevsky or if this is another one of those pairs where you got to work on two commanders to really get yourself that field presence. Because I think in Rise of Kingdoms, working on one commander at a time, especially if you've got heads saved up, is much easier than if you find yourself trying to, get two commanders built at once. Next thing you know, they'll release a really strong infantry commander right as you finish your second commander. As they've done here, because I finished Gilgamesh like a month ago.
I still like Gilgamesh.
I think he's great. I'm just not going to want to put him in the field. I think I'd probably put Nebu YSG in the field instead if I had YSG maxed. Am I going to beat your Zymina?
Sure looks like it.
It's a lie. I saw all of these ARC reports about Zymina being so strong. But
William did way better.
oh yeah, I think it's that equipment. Well, that's why I wanted to do this kind of in a bubble, because you see ARC reports and it's like, oh yeah, much better, but I don't know. Yeah, no, if you're in the field, Zy William is the way to go, for sure. Or Nevsky.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do Nevsky Cow and maybe Saladin Nevsky. Do you have Saladin maxed or 551?
Mac.
Okay. This is so interesting. This is like my first commander test video, because I gave my first impressions of Honda, which I'm sure everyone's first impressions are relatively the same. He's not worth it. Spoiler alert. But I didn't do any duels with him just because, you could look at his skills and know. But this is a little bit different because Nevsky might be a meta changer. Okay, we got Nevsky Cow. Let's see. Oh, it really looks pretty equal, but he does have Relic Cow. So you guys have heard me say in my Relic video that I think that the Relic really makes Cow much stronger, and I believe it does give you health. I think it gives you cavalry health, which is huge.
Yeah.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
Still looks like William's better.
Oh, for sure. Zy William is much better, I think. But I think you are going to beat my Guan, which then says cavalry beating infantry. In theory, it shouldn't happen, but here we are. Yeah, that's nuts. That was actually really good, Loki. You had 22k troops at the end with that one.
That didn't turn out too bad.
whereas you had much fewer troops with Jang William. So if we're talking about staying on the field longer, which I think is worth considering, Nevsky Cow is really not bad. I think that heal made a big difference, but that was really good. How did Nevsky Cow compare to Jang Nevsky? Jang Nevsky gives you 27k at the end. Nevsky Cow gives you 22. So that's actually a really strong pair with that relic. Okay, let's do Saladin Nevsky. This should be like super tanky.
Where do you want his lead?
Saladin. And then if you want, we could swap it after. Wow. That one so caught me off guard. Because I feel like a lot of people have Cow maxed. And like will want to max Nevsky but not know who to use with him, at least in the short term while they work on that second pair. But that's nuts. Wow.
Sorry, I had to remove some gear.
No, you're all good. For anyone wondering, there is a quick tip to swapping gear. So if you find that you click in here and you have an empty loadout, if you click on the empty loadout and just quick switch, it'll take all the gear off your commander. So that's a really easy way to get gear off. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out a quick way to put gear back on, because in theory oh yeah, if you do have the gear off, you can just click in and switch. So it's the easiest way to get gear off and on. Okay. Wow. This pair is super tanky. This one I'm really curious to see how it ends up, because I feel like a lot of people don't have Saladin max. They leave him at 5551, which is good, but you lose out on a lot of that extra skill damage. And it's worth pointing out, Guan Alex doesn't really have a heal, but if you're coming up against any Richard, Richard does have a heal, and Saladin's skill damage reduces healing effects. Wow. That is really good. Hold up. Where is it? Where's the Nevsky report? 27k left. 25k left. That's pretty good, Loki.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. You want to switch them up?
Yeah, let's switch them up and see what we get. That's so interesting. I think Nevsky's worth going for. If you have any cavalry commanders maxed. I mean, not Attila.
We should try him. We should try him with Chow. Not Chow. Genghis Khan.
Yes, so I've seen Nevsky with Genghis Khan deals a lot of damage. That's definitely worth doing. Although I do wonder with Genghis, because he is so squishy, you know, in the field, is he just going to melt?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, we can try it out. I'm game to try it all out. So this duel, if this duel has shown me anything, it's that you probably want Nevsky as a secondary. Unless you're running in with Cow. You don't have any attack boosts except for War Frenzy, right?
Yeah, just War Frenzy.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy. So if these duels have taught you anything, it's that Guan Alex is not going to hold up in the field anymore. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was probably the worst of the ones that we've seen thus far. Well, with Nevsky. Okay, what do you want to do? You want to do Genghis Nevsky or Nevsky Genghis?
Let's do Genghis Nevsky first, and then we'll switch them.
Okay. How's my hospital? Oh, we're chilling. We do this all day. What other pairs do we potentially have here? We did Saladin. Takeda. So I don't know if we need to do Takeda. Every report I've seen says Takeda is just not going to work, which makes sense because Takeda does not deal skill damage. And that's like Nevsky's bread and butter. What else do you got? Yeah. Let's do it. It looks like it's fair, and then that Genghis Khan skill triggers, and it's just game over. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be as good as some of the others.
Nah, he's too squishy.
Yeah, I just think you're not getting enough defense there. Genghis is still really strong these days. I'm surprised he's held up. But, yeah, just no defense. He did pretty well. But I think if I had to choose between Saladin Nevsky or Genghis, I would do Saladin Nevsky in a heartbeat. But Jiang Nevsky is still our lead thus far. Now we got Nevsky Genghis. Is there anything else you want to test, Loki?
I don't think so. I think that kind of covers all of it.
I think that covers all of it, too. And then I think you sent all of your skill trees. Yeah, if you want to send the Genghis skill tree and the Saladin, then I can show those. And actually, if we could do Saladin Cow after this, I just want to see how that compares to the Saladin Nevsky. For those that are saying, you know, which secondary do I run? Okay, there's the Genghis tree for anyone wondering. Running predominantly skill. And there's the Saladin tree. This is pretty much the one that most people run. No surprises there. my expectation is Guan Alex is going to wreck Saladin Cow. And this is Relic Cow, so keep that in mind. But that's what I would think. I don't know, maybe not. I don't think it's going to compare to Saladin Nevsky. Still a really good field pair, but I think the field is certainly changed with this. Wow. So I think my general take on Nevsky, after watching these duels, is that Nevsky is very valuable as a secondary to pretty much any cavalry commander you have today. Don't put him with Attila, don't put him with Takeda, but you can put him with Cow, especially if you have the Relic. That was a very strong pair, though you might get swarmed with Nevsky as primary. And I think the general takeaway is that Zai Nevsky is the pair to run. Head and shoulders above any other secondary for Zai, but you can run Nevsky with Saladin and do a really good job. I mean, as you can see, Saladin Cow, which was one of the dominant field pairs for Saladin, really didn't compare to Saladin Nevsky, which is over here. You know, we finished with 25,000 troops left. That's crazy. Well, Loki, I wanted to thank you for your time. I appreciate you helping me out. And I may call on you again once we start doing some structure testing. But in the meantime, thank you, Loki.
Sure, no problem. Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely. So, Shappy Squad, should you be investing in Nevsky as a low spender or free-to-play? I would say yes. Nevsky can be paired with almost any cavalry commander in the game, and I think that he is a valuable addition, especially if you have multiple marches that you're going to run in the field. Again, Nevsky really excels when you're swarming a particular enemy. So if you're swarming Harold, or you're swarming Pakal, or swarming Attila, Nevsky might even help you get better returns on those swarms. So after recording those duels with Loki, it dawned on me that my face was covering some of the reports. So, just to do you all a favor here, I'm just going to scroll through the reports. You can pause whenever you want, and this should let you see exactly how these duels went. And remember, all of these duels were done with no equipment, though Loki is a slightly higher VIP level than I am. Here is Nevsky Genghis. There you go. You should be able to see. I got wrecked. Here is Khan Nevsky. Once again, I got wrecked. Just not slightly as badly. Nevsky Saladin. Saladin Nevsky. Nevsky Cow. Definitely worth investing in. Chang Mina with the Relic. Not that great. Jang William. Not that great. Jang Chandra. Don't run it in the field. Nevsky William. Pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. Nevsky Chang. Pretty awesome. Chang Nevsky, even better. And this was the best report that we saw all day. Nevsky Mina. And last but not least, Mina Nevsky. I hope that you've enjoyed. If you have, be sure to click that subscribe button on the bottom right-hand side of your screen where my face used to be. Thank you very much. Shappy out.